Go fuck yourself.
Feeling like grass unleashed. Bullet Club go around here, I'm the cactus. Bang, bang, gang, got an OU jack. When I'm in the ring, it's just me and my best friends. OC cutting no slack. Hollywood Miz, you can put me on the A-list. Crash Unleashed, better put it on your playlist. Me and my fam be ballin' like the Bruce. Fight night, baby, hard hitting like Sheamus. Family first, yes, bloodline business. Winning all the gold, look at how they witness. I was taught to be the greatest. 1,000 days I'm running, check out the book of Guinness. Coolin' with the baddies in the baddie section. Guarantee you they ain't jaded. Heal you baby face, I ain't feeling your gimmick. The fans think it's overrated. I bet you thought you the EST, but homie, you don't even really go here. I'm better than you and you know it. Scumbag, baby, I'ma make that clear. Making many moves while I'm headed on the flight. I'm the megastar, baby, on these LA nights. Putting on 5-star classics, contract year, cause today is a whole new price. Brock Lesnar on the beast. Eat, sleep, flex, and repeat. Whole new swag with a price on the tag. Coming live from the west to the east. Better recognize on the mouthpiece. See the power level gotta increase. Bringing content on a daily. Feeling like grass unleashed.
Greetings and salutations, ladies and gentlemen, boys and girls, non-binary pals, baby mamas, baby daddies, and everybody in between. Welcome back to the Gresh Unleashed podcast. This is episode 111. Joining you, as always, the voice that does the most, the purveyor of mischief, Gresh. And joining me is two of my closest friends that has been growing ever so slightly over the past year, some change. I guess I could say first and foremost to my, if you're looking in the video format, to my left, yeah, let's go with that, is representing the Sucio Boys podcast. He is none other than my boy, the giant, I can't say giant killer because he'd be killing himself, but he is the giant Jermaine. What's good with you, brother?
What's up, man? Just happy to be here, brother, and just having a good time, kicking it with the fellas on a Tuesday night.
On a Tuesday nights are prime for talking ish, if you will. And always joining me is one of my right hand mans. He is none other than one of my best friends in the world. He is the voice of the Unleashed anthem, Mr. Highlight Real. What's good with you, brother? Got that pose.
What's happening? You know, yeah, we had to give him that pose one time. I love my brothers, but what's happening, everybody? It's your boy, Light Real. What's up, everybody? Great to be back on a Tuesday night with my fellas.
Tuesday nights,
ready to talk some wrestling, man.
Tuesday nights are prime for getting real. So you already know. But yeah, we late this week. Like if you didn't catch the live stream, this is basically me being late because the alarm decided to say, hey, we're not gonna wake you up, even though we put 3 on. But you live, you learn, you love. It's all good. But we here, we talking everything from Raw, SmackDown, I guess NXT, whatever the fellas put in the notes, whatever we put in the notes, we're gonna talk about it because a lot of this is the interesting week. We're less than a month, or if not a month, until WrestleMania.
Mm-hmm.
And either you are extremely excited or you are kind of like still in the whatever phase. Where is everybody? I'm still in the whatever phase. I don't know how to explain it.
I think mine like really it ramped up, I will say, after Elimination Chamber. I'll say that's when it first, like, because I was already excited. Like, honestly, I've been excited since, like, keeping it 100 since we booked our Airbnb. Like, I was already excited just because we was going to be in the city. But it really kicked into high gear, I'll be honest, after Elimination Chamber, because that's when we got some clarity as to what's going to go on with Cody Rhodes. And we already knew what was going on with Jey Uso winning the Rumble and whatnot. And it just, all of that just culminated and kicked into high gear, I want to say, for that after that event, the Cena heel turn and everything. And every week it seems like they're working on progressing everything. And so it really kicked into high gear again as far as the tag team division is concerned. On SmackDown, when Nick Aldis did the whole conspiracy theory, this thing is a mess thing, and he announced the matches and whatnot. and then we got what we've been looking for
Yeah.
after all this time. Like that really got me more into it and more excited. I would say the last few weeks.
I guess I should word it better. I'm not saying I'm meh. It's more so like I'm waiting on something to pop off to where I'm like, I gotta be in the building. And it could be the fact that these prices are not I'm not the target demo with these prices, because every time they drop new prices, I'd be like, who is this for?
Brother. Good brother.
Brother.
Like, for those of you who don't know what I'm talking about, the latest price drop for the Vegas is $25,000 for an intimate dinner with John Cena. $25,000 per person. So it's not even a one-on-one dinner. It's literally $25,000 to sit in a restaurant surrounded by other people who are probably going to make noise. So you're not going to really enjoy yourself, because let's be real, wrestling fans are not normal when it comes to meeting their favorite wrestlers.
Not all.
So
like
$25,000. Like, I put it in the group chat, and Jermaine was like, "Yeah, we are not the target demo." I said, "Even if I was the target demo, I still would say no." Like, it's stupid,
bruh.
No, nobody in their right mind. But that's like somebody's tuition, my ninja. Like, really,
bruh, that's a car.
That's a car. Like, that's a car. That gives you, if a car note is like, say, 200. That gives you, and you buy a $30,000 car. That brings your deposit down, your monthly down to like what you owe is $5,000. You might as well go ahead and just pay the whole $30,000 if you got $25,000 just sitting around.
Bro,
really?
I'm about to look something up, because I had downloaded this app like a long time ago. And it's one of those apps where it's a dealership that owns a multitude of dealerships. So when you search this app, if you don't confine the search, you'll pop up with a car in Oklahoma, California, Georgia, wherever. But just for giggles and whatnot, let's see what we could get for 25 grand. All right, let's go to the filters.
I'd be good on utilities for at least a year. Cause my utilities is like round up. If I do the rough math, it round up to about, give or take, $300-400 a month.
Yeah, I would say so.
Like, I'm not even including like the monthly gas, the weekly gas that I do when I'm driving to and from places. So yeah, so that's what I'm saying. I'm like, that would definitely $25,000 would definitely help me with my utilities.
Mm-hmm.
Okay.
Oh, down payment. Man, down payment on a house too. When you think about it, shoot.
I did.
Hey, you might as well take that.
Yeah,
I did within 100 miles of my house. 24,000 being the cap, because we give a little room for tax, title, and license.
Mm-hmm.
It's spinning right now, but as soon as it pops up, I'll let y'all know what we got.
It's confused too. It's like, what's this nigga looking for?
What is he looking for? Like, you haven't been on this app in forever, and all of a sudden you want to open me up while you live on this pod and make me work? Yes, app is supposed to work. That's what it's there for. But I wonder sometimes in those type of settings, like, what's the cap? How many people are you going to allow to purchase this?
That too. That's what I'm saying. I'm like, is this limited? Like, or is this just like whoever is dumb, however many is dumb enough to buy it?
This has to be limited. I mean, for $25K, the average human being, I mean, I know wrestling fans got money, as they say, but the average person ain't really got that much just laying like that to splash on a dinner, especially if it's saying intimate.
Right?
I'm thinking, what?
10 people?
20 people
10,
max?
15 people.
Yeah, 10. Yeah, something
I
like
would
that.
say
Gotta
roughly, I would say about 6 to 8 if you truly want to call it intimate, because I say one of those big round dinner tables can seat like 8 to 10.
be. Okay. Yeah.
So I'm just spitballing it, you know what I'm saying? Thinking like maybe it's only gonna be about this much, you
Yeah,
know.
if it's like a hotel setting, because I've been to more hotels than I can count as far as well with dinners.
Mhm.
Those round tables definitely seat a minimum of 7 people,
Okay.
and you can throw in an 8th one, but it's not recommended because of spacing.
Mhm.
Now,
Hmm.
if they're doing,
You
if
do the
they're doing,
math on
that's just,
that.
I'm just saying, like, and if they're doing it as if everybody's sitting at the same table, yeah. But if it's like everybody's sitting at their own table, then
Yeah.
because I ain't gonna hold you, I'm not sitting next to no stranger.
Fact.
Man,
I
what?
don't even care if it's I don't even
Come
care
on, man.
if I don't care if it's Vanessa Hudgens. I am not sitting at the table with a whole bunch of strangers.
That boy said, I don't care who it is.
Dang, that's saying a lot, boy. He brought up
I
That's
Vanessa
what
don't
I'm
care
saying.
Hudgens.
I'm
who
like,
it
God
is.
dang.
hey,
I
I don't
mean,
care who it
bruh.
is. Like,
What?
it could be Jade Cargill and Bianca Belair. Hey, we got different tables. I don't know you. You don't know me.
All right, fellas. It
Fair
looks
point.
like for that 25 grand, we can get a 2023 Honda Accord with 32,417 miles, certified pre-owned for 24,931.
Jeez.
Uh,
No, thank you. You said Honda Accord. No, thank you.
Dang, Crush said both behind the chorus.
um,
There's no love on this show.
okay,
God
if you don't
No,
want a
dang.
thank
Honda,
you.
would you settle for a 2022 Buick Envision? It has about 68,000 miles for about 23.6.
Oh, I know Gersh ain't going for that. if he wasn't going for a Honda, you lost him at Buick.
Okay. What about a 2023 GMC Terrain?
I get that. I had that before I got
36,
my current
Yeah,
car.
he had that.
36 to 200 miles for 22,222.
Yeah.
Gersh ain't that the car we rode when we went out to SummerSlam, right?
Yep.
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 Hey, it drives smooth. It
Yep.
drives smooth. So
You know what I'm
yeah,
saying? I'm
yeah.
like,
That's
dude,
not
that's
bad.
definitely a car that because I rode it. I mean that was my car. That was my car from 2017 to 2023. Yeah.
Yeah, it's all a bunch of like Nissan Rogues, Altimas, Pathfinder, Sentra, Accords, some Kias, a couple of little Chevy Trailblazers, and what else was there? There was like some Hyundais on here, but yeah, it's a mixed bag of cars that you can get for that 25,000 and under.
In other words, spend responsibly. If you want to go waste your money on because they didn't even tell you the restaurant. So 9 out of 10, you spend $25,000 on some horrible food. And then on top of that, you probably sharing with people. And then on top of that, John Cena's probably going to insult you because you no longer matter. Your opinion sucks. He's tired of being hurt by you because he's tired of the toxic relationship that y'all have been giving him for the past
Abusive, no
20,
less.
abusive of that. And with that being said, speaking of, we might as well go right into it because that's been the topic that everybody want to talk about. John Cena was on Raw. He kicked off Raw in Brussels to address the WWE, I guess you could say fans, for the first time since turning heel at Elimination Chamber. How we feeling about it?
I'm gonna put it to you like this, bro. Oh, go ahead, highlight. You go ahead. Go ahead.
Well, I ain't gonna lie, I was maybe slightly disappointed, just a little bit, albeit I understood his reasoning based off his explanation that he expected a lot of people to have him have this new look, new theme kind of vibe, and him being like, no, yeah, you get nothing. You're not getting none of that. Like, some of the reactions have seemed to show that it's been like constant, like calling him an evil genius or memes like crazy on TikTok from what I've seen. Everybody's just using clips and memes of this dude everywhere for everything. So I'm like, all right, cool. I mean, it got that kind of reaction, but I don't know, maybe it's just because I expected something just a little bit deeper. It kind of almost came off slightly whiny, maybe a little bit, just a little bit, kind of as Cody mentioned, but I don't know. I mean, I wasn't expecting Dr. and Thugonomics for Cena, obviously, as many people knew we weren't getting that version, but it was like, I don't know, I just thought maybe it would have been something just a little different. It feels like the same Cena, only just now more stone-faced and more serious and telling you the truth about, more angry, but it's pretty much the same Cena, just opposite of the goofy.
I don't know how to explain it. It still kind of sort of felt a little goofy. Like the goofiness was still in there just a little bit, just not as turned up. Like certain caricatures as well as dialogue that he was saying was kind of like, yeah, I got a chuckle out of that. And I don't think I was supposed to. Like it was crazy. But well, first things first, how are we feeling about them being being overseas? Because that means we're getting earlier shows.
I like it.
Hey, bro, I was loving that. Bro. That felt good getting off work right at the right time and being like, hey, man, what? Get a little dinner, you know what I'm saying? And still having the rest of the night to do whatever.
Bruh,
I got so much done after that. I was like, yo, hey, I love this. I can get used to this, bro.
It was crazy because I had to do a little hybrid schedule. I had some stuff going on here at the house yesterday. So I had to I went in, then I came back home. And as I'm sitting there and I'm, got my computer, laptop, and everything set up, I'm chilling in the room. And my favorite work from home coworker coming there, and he chilling with me. And I thought about, like, wait a minute, Raw about to come on in like 30 minutes. Bro, imagine you sitting there watching John Cena cut this promo on Raw, and it's getting good. In the phone ring. So you got to talk to a client. I'm like, God, why you calling me right now? Like, you got to put on a professional voice. Like, I'm sitting here watching wrestling, like, oh, Cena, like, he really going in. And that was when I was about to, and that's when I hit the group chat. I was like, hey, just FYI, he ain't balls. So I need my 4 for 4 money.
He need his 4 for 4 money, y'all. We got you,
but my caveat is still is we're gonna have to see him wrestle 10 minutes to see if that comb over lasts. If I see an ounce of a donut in the middle of this man's head, I'll be like, hey bro, give me my $1 back.
No, y'all said bald. I'm bald. This is bald. This right here, this is bald. This is bald. This is bald. That is not bald. That brother just
he ain't lying.
We did. I'm gonna watch this man like a hawk. I'm like, hey, bro.
Man, you and me both. Hey, Grass, you and me both. Because I was like,
I'm gonna look at that camera. I'm like, all right, man. All right, yeah, there's that bald nigga.
Hey, no. Shout out to our boy DJ. Notice you ain't heard a peep out of DJ ever since you said that. So I was like, hey. That's all I'm saying.
Well, he's still trying to figure out. He's recovering because he accidentally messed up his fade. So now he had to start over.
Bro.
He put it on Twitter. No. He was like, bro, you know it's demoralizing when you mess up your face. So now you got to go clean shave all over again. I'm like, God damn it. God damn it, Derek.
No, trust me. I know what he means because I've been edging up my beard before. and I go a little too low or something like that, or like one side is curved and the other side is kind of boxy or something, and it's just like, damn, I gotta straighten this out, and it's gonna take forever to get this hairline to grow back right, like the way I want it. So, trust me, as a bald brother, I still understand.
That's the reason why I settle for a side fade, because if I mess up a temp fade, I can just go clean on the side and it'll grow back in a day.
There you go. There you go.
And I'm like, I'm good
With
like
it, and it's weird because like one side of my face, the hair doesn't grow in as thick and as full, but the lining is like immaculate. The other side, the lining don't be good, but the hair grows in thicker and full. So it's like between me and when I go to the barber, like we gotta like balance it out because it's like one side looks right and the other side is more. It's a lot.
I
You
hate
know,
that too, bro.
I put it to you like this: I'm still glad I'm not a woman. They got to deal with, and the only reason why I'm saying that is because in one of our group chats we was talking about like going somewhere and wearing clothes, and you got to get dressed and this and that, and they were like, even when we dress down, we still have to do so much. I'm like, I'm so glad I ain't got to deal with that shit. Ooh, man! Shout out to y'all though. Shout out to y'all. And we appreciate y'all efforts and whatnot that y'all put into looking good and whatnot. And we just hope that when y'all come to the wrestling events that we be going to, that at least y'all smell good and it's the dudes that stink. Just
Yeah.
And then they want to walk him by real quick, like, bruh, they don't understand science. When you're funky, you may not smell it instantly, but when you walk fast, it releases itself from under that flabber that you have under your armpits.
It comes from them creeks and crevices that you didn't get in and wash and deodorize and whatnot. And it leaves a wave of funk in your presence.
And you know it's real when freaking Gunther of all people is addressing it on a promo in front of crowd. Okay,
not even Gunther.
Like,
Drew said it too. He said, "You stink."
He
man.
did. No, he did. Yeah, he did. And he did. That's what I'm saying. Like, bro, when they're European. They're European. So that's what I'm saying. Bro, if they telling you and you don't get the hint there, and they are there, the people you're there to see, they're telling you this, and you still don't get it, to go watch yourself, bro. Me and Gresham cut this promo, I don't know how many times on you fools, and y'all still don't get it.
They're not gonna get it. They're not gonna get it until I just show it one day with a bucket full of soap and water and just throw it on them. They're not gonna get it.
Lights off for days, baby. You know,
that's all I got is Lysol. Like, I don't never take it on my back. But John Cena is probably feeling the same way with how because he's, according to him, this is the first time he's broken up with a lot of people. He broke up with a lot of people yesterday.
I love it.
He didn't break up with me. I'm a Batista guy, but he broke up with a lot of people yesterday.
I used to be an Edge guy until recent memories.
Wait, I need to. I wish. Well, he went. I don't know where he went somewhere, but I wish my son was still here because he grew up on John Cena, and that was like his guy. And when we went to WrestleMania 30, like I had to buy him a John Cena outfit. That's when Cena had the clothing line out or whatever. So I bought him a John Cena outfit to go to WrestleMania 30 in because John Cena was wrestling Bray Wyatt that night. And he got to go see his guy, you know, whatever. He's super Cena fan, got to see one of the Cena DVDs and everything. And he's older now and don't really watch wrestling no more. But when I told him John Cena's going to retire this year, he was like, okay, I want to start watching some of it or just, you know, whatever. Show me the highlights or something. Right. When I told him John Cena turned heel, he was like, what? Cena turned heel? I was like, yeah, bro. He's a real heel now. And I showed him, he was like, man, it's about time. And we're talking about, he grew up with Cena. Like, this is what got him into wrestling was John Cena and fucking Rey Mysterio.
Bruh.
and he's into it. He's down for the ride. So it's pretty cool to see the reactions of people though, and the kids and everything else. And everybody was speculating that, oh, he's gonna come out to a different theme. He's gonna wear different stuff and this, that, and the third, and blah 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 blah. And the one thing that I kept holding in the back of my mind, I was like, he technically doesn't have to change everything because half the audience hated him by doing this.
That's what he
Just keep
said.
doing what you doing and
That's
just change your attitude.
That's basically what he said. He's like, hey, my voice is on that song. Y'all hate, like y'all dress like me just so you can feel good. I am the definition of never give up because for 20 years when I first got here, y'all hated me. Y'all let me know how y'all feel. When I won, he's like, when y'all hated me, I came back and I changed for y'all and I started winning and winning and winning and y'all hated it. And he's like, so instead of when and he said, well, I changed again. So basically, I started losing, and y'all still hated it. So he's like, he's like, man, fuck y'all.
You know,
I don't really
hilarious.
blame you, dog.
Bro, that's funny that you just described it that way too, Rush, because he sounds like a certain content creator that literally just ranted in that same kind of way, literally. And I was like, huh, boy, don't you sound like somebody that's trying to justify a lot of the truth that's being spat on you. Huh, okay. Well, all right.
Let me guess. He's from New York.
Oh, yeah. You know, addressing a certain kick out situation. You know?
What up, Jerry?
Yeah. Yeah, I'm like, oh, so you're justifying your one black friend saying that you're not racist. Oh, okay. Cool. You're just
Listen,
like,
the beauty behind John Cena and Mr. New York is we respect John Cena. So I digress.
touche.
But as far as with John Cena, I'm like, he got a point.
Yeah.
Like, it makes sense. Like to be, and let's be real, he didn't want to get Death Rebel, so he was like, you know what, I'm gonna change nothing.
Right, exactly.
Good point, bro. Good point.
The thing that I love about the heels in this quote unquote Triple H era, especially when the guys turn, there's always a tinge of truth to the reason why they turn. There's some truth to it. It's not just I hate you guys and I don't like this anymore and I'm just disgruntled and I'm mad. I wanna win the title and I want to do it any means necessary. It's not like the old school. I'm just going to be an angry person now. It's pointing the finger at something or somebody, and if you listen to them or whatever, they do have like KO, for example, his issue with Cody Rhodes and with Sami Zayn. You know, y'all was beefing with this guy or whatever, and then you end up helping this guy, and it was the guy that was trying to kill me in my career and everything. Y'all supposed to be my homies. You know, you get stuff like that, and it's like it gives you more of a reason to believe in that person and to tune in to what they're doing.
The only thing is there are those occasions that for the main eventers, yes, it seems. But then there's ones like DIY where I was just like, why did y'all go here again?
They wanted those tag titles. That was more the old school. I want the titles. I'm gonna do whatever I got to do to get it, and now I'm a heel. That was more of that. I'll say.
Okay.
I see what you're saying, but I think that one kind of follows along with that old school. I'm gonna do whatever it is I need to do to get this win, to get this title, kind of thing.
True. That makes sense. Makes sense.
So after Cena basically introduced a lot of kids and ladies to break up, and men, because you know a lot of these wrestling fans ain't got no lady. They introduced them to a breakup. He even called out a kid, said, "Hey, we're done." And them cutting the camera to that kid was crazy. That was that kid's villain origin story.
Oh yeah.
Like this is how what's his name became a villain in The Incredibles.
Oh yeah. Oh
Syndrome?
Yes,
yeah.
that kid's gonna be Syndrome in about 5 to 10 years. In about 10 years, mark my
So
words.
so
Watch.
when they so if that kid if they don't induct John Cena into the Hall of Fame immediately, that kid should grow up, be a wrestler, and interrupt his ceremony and say, "Remember me?"
Mm-hmm.
Mhm.
Mm-hmm.
And then they need to put that picture of him with that stupid look on his face with the Cena hat and the shirt and everything. Yes, interrupt them and then put that on the Titantron. And do not show that picture, that correlation, none of that until
Yeah.
that kid interrupts Cena's speech and he turns heel on him, and then he just, oh, bruh, he needs to pull out the hat and the shirt.
Mm-hmm.
Like you see what you did? I sat in the room with this for 10 years.
Yeah.
10 years. You embarrassed me. You broke me. And now I gotta get even.
Hey man, I just got robbed of my snack live on the pod.
That
Damn,
is
ain't this something?
terrible.
See, y'all got
Great
the
terrible.
same
Did she
face.
know I can't? Look, now she teasing me. She know
Now,
I
now,
can't get
look
up
at
and do nothing about it right
You
now.
can't. And you live, brother. You're live.
Damn, man.
She rubbing it
You
in on
are
you too.
you and that Cena fan are matching when it comes to like,
Mm-hmm.
I can't believe this.
Heel turn
Bruh.
completed. Heel turn completed.
Look, like this is gonna be my heel turn because my snack got stolen.
This is your villain origin story.
Me and this kid, we on the same length. We on the same wavelength right now. I just can't believe it.
Oh, yo, what the heck, bro?
But no,
Come on,
like
man.
just them cutting to him and his face. And then like if you look at the little girl's face over his left shoulder behind the dude with the Cena sweatshirt on,
Mhm.
she is laughing her ass off. She's like, this is hilarious. And the guys behind him, like, I tried to tell you. I tried to tell you. I tried to tell you. And this kid is just like, damn, he broke my heart.
Told you about that John Cena guy. I told you about that John Cena guy. I knew he was trouble. But you just wanted to get this
Look,
merchandise.
He's saying it while he's wearing the hoodie and the kid's wearing the t-shirt.
It's classic. It's
It
classic.
is, I mean, it is poetic. It's poetic. But I love pictures like this simply because it adds to the lore of this moment. And there's always those defining pictures and things that happen, and so on and so forth. Like when we remember when the Miz won the title, you had Angry Miz Girl.
She was, speaking of origin stories, that was one I was about to bring up. Like, it would have been nice to see that origin story play out nowadays.
Ellis, who was ringside when Taker Street got snapped,
Mhm.
and his face is like synonymous and iconic with that moment.
Oh yeah, it's in every highlight package.
Right. So there's always these different
Is he crying?
oh bro, yes, with Sasha and Bailey. Yeah, exactly. So bro, there's always something that represents that moment, that iconic picture, that's still that video, and this is it for Cena's first speech after turning on Cody Rhodes.
Mm. Yeah, man. I'm not. He didn't really mention much about the whole selling the soul thing too. So
Neither one of them did. That's what I was gonna bring up next. Neither one of them did. John Cena or Cody Rhodes. So it's like, is this a situation where they're saving it for when for because they still got a month to tell this story, or is it just that The Rock was just used as a catalyst to turn John Cena heel?
It's hard to tell right now. Like you said, I think we have to let it. I hate that we got to say it like this, but I guess we got to let it play out these next few weeks, since we're going to see them face off again next week and see how they continue to tell their story. Because clearly, The Rock has something to do with this, to where he's got to be mentioned. Because I mean, the whole signal and looking at him thing. I mean, you can't not look at that moment and say, okay,
Like this
Clearly,
nigga came out dressed as Elvis. You cannot make him waste an Elvis look
facts,
and not
bro.
mention him in the story.
Facts, big facts.
So, and then Cody Rhodes came out. He said, "Hey, man, bro, I was just excited to wrestle John Cena and go face to face for weeks, but not whatever this is. This little whiny bitch." Like he basically said what Jermaine said, and Holly said, like, bro, it came off whiny. Like,
Mhm.
and I'm thinking that's the intention. That's the intention that they wanted to go.
But I love it. I loved it. The reason why I love this so much is because he's coming off as this like, you guys did this to me and you treated me this way and me, and that's good heel work
Yeah.
in that promo. And you can tell like he's been waiting to get some of this shit off. Like he and you know how cerebral Cena is, so he's probably been thinking about this promo for God knows how long. How many
Mm-hmm.
years has he been waiting to do this and just get this off? And
Mhm.
that's why like some of the picks and the stills and whatnot I remember from Elimination Chamber, it almost looked like he was overacting a little bit, like posing too much or like, whatever, because he couldn't wait to get this done. And I think that he's been practicing it or waiting for it for so long, like it kind of seemed a little, just a tinge extra at certain points.
Mhm.
But I think right now, um, we're going to get him, and he's really going to hit his stride in the next two. Because I believe that this is the first. There's two more appearances that he's going to make for sure before Mania on the European tour.
Yep.
So I'm just looking forward to it all.
The one thing I want to say though is I gotta address one of Gresh's tweets in terms of, because I gotta agree with you, brother.
A lot of niggas
Why,
gotta
why,
address my tweets.
why the hell this wasn't on site for Cody? I mean, bro, you got your Gresh insert that. You go ahead.
He got his ass beat. He got his ass beat, bro. You had to rock a earpiece to protect you from the pyro for 3 weeks because Travis or John or whoever popped the shit out of your ear and fucked it up. You had to rock a black eye. It's finally healed because he came out there. I didn't really see the black eye as much as it was for the past two weeks that he was on TV. So it's like, I'm like, bro, that's
You beat up the Miz because you were just like, I ain't trying to talk to you. I'm trying to talk to Cena. And that sounded like some on site. I ain't really trying to use my words when I talk to Cena. That's what it gave off,
Then he came out there sounding like a pastor. Somebody, enough. Like, bro, you sound like a pastor. I think I'm supposed to be intimidated, but I just bust out laughing because it's like it sounds goofy. I don't know why. Every time he says enough, I'll be like, bro, why do you say it like that? Like, nigga, just say shut up.
I get it, bro. My girl says the same thing every time she sees Cody come out. Just Pastor Cody, because it's just a clean shaven, clean suit. And just like, well, time for today's sermon of the week. What we gonna hear, Pastor Cody? Musicians, cue that C chord, please.
Like it's a whole extravagant faster entrance. Like, got the music, got the pyro, got the full 3-piece suit. Like, it's crazy. But nah, man. That was my only gripe for the segment. I enjoyed the segment. Like, trust me. Like, I don't want to harp on it too much longer for today's show, but I definitely enjoyed the segment. I felt like Cody should have been on site. That's just me. But we still got a couple of weeks. Next week on Raw, they'll be in Glasgow. I believe this week they're in Italy. These international shows have been it. I can appreciate them. Like, and to switch over, to change gears over to keep it to the championships. I guess you say switch to SmackDown. We have new WWE Tag Team Champions.
Yes, sir. Let's go.
Damn time.
About time.
4.5 years.
4 times.
4.5 years since the Street Profits have been tag team champions. Joe Tessitore said 2-time tag team champions, but technically, if you count NXT, they're 3.
But somebody made a graphic where it showed 4, but I get what you mean because they did that whole switch thing. So I guess that
Oh yeah,
counts.
so I guess 4 if you count the switch.
Yeah.
So, but he said 2. So, nevertheless, we have new tag team champions. I'm not gonna lie to you. I was surprised because I watched this live. Like a lot of people was watching it on USA Friday, but
Mhm.
shout out to old trusty VPN. I was watching it via Netflix via VPN, so I was watching it live like everybody else. Like according to my VPN, I'm in the UK,
Hmm.
so I enjoyed this. Like I will always enjoy a Street Profits tag match, and like the show itself, the crowd made it worth the 3 hours that it was on.
Yes, I agree.
Because if we got this show locally, I guarantee you I probably would have been bored.
Yeah, our crowds, man, they still just don't get it. It seems, and sometimes I get it if it's something I like. But if a European crowd can make something that they feel is boring still be very entertaining off of their energy, why can't we do the same? It shouldn't be that hard. And no, not with a beach ball, people.
I think it's a saturation thing between the two different markets. That our market is so overly saturated with wrestling shows, pay per views, and whatnot, TV tapings and everything. And there's uh, two, three, however many major companies you want to call it, and a wealth of independence.
Mhm.
Whereas they don't really have any like super major organizations in Europe. They got some decent indie scenes and stuff out there, but then sometimes even that's not like, like popping like it is in the US.
Mhm.
So for them, the grails are to come here to America to wrestle or maybe even Japan. Those are like the comparable, like big time things for European wrestlers.
Mhm.
So those crowds, and not just that, but like they're big on soccer. And if you ever watch European soccer or international soccer for that matter,
Mhm.
the passion of the fans, the chants, the way the crowd gets into the game, and the things that they do,
Mhm.
even international basketball, it's something special to behold. And so
Mhm.
those international, especially those European crowds, they really bring that energy to these wrestling shows, and I love
Mhm.
it. Absolutely love it.
100%.
Mhm.
Well said. Well said.
But
Um,
where do we see them going? Because I feel like we're still going to get that multi-team match for the titles at WrestleMania. Do you feel like I saw someone pose the question? Are we looking at a hot potato situation where because remember, Pretty Deadly are the number one contenders. Like, are they
Mhm.
going to drop it to them for a brief run and then and then have the Pretty Deadly enter WrestleMania as champions and then whoever wins wins and then they go from there, or do they have the Street Profits keep it until WrestleMania and then drop it without getting pinned?
Personally, I gotta agree with the homie Sir Wilkins when I say this has to be a dominated type of reign for the Street Profits. Like on some Usos New Day type level dominant. Run this division for a good little minute until you get this division right where you need it to be at, to where it's like, okay, we trust that team to take the titles off of the Profits.
Okay.
I mean, I could see. I wouldn't mind seeing the only reason why I wouldn't mind seeing a hot potato situation is because that tag team division is so hot on SmackDown. Would I really prefer the Profits to run through everybody? Yes,
Mhm.
I would prefer that. However, just being objective and taking my own personal feelings out of it,
Mhm.
that tag team division is crowded, and it's crowded with pretty good teams. And so I wouldn't be surprised if this was one of those like attitude era type bookings where, you may get a title change on a random SmackDown, or it may be a pay per view. It may be 6 months and you may have 4 or 5 title changes or whatever. But
Mhm.
as long as they're in the mix in that title picture and they stay in and around that title picture and it comes back to them or whatever a
Mhm.
couple of times, I wouldn't mind it if it was a hot potato situation. But again, my preference is like agree with you and Wilkins is for them to have a lengthy, dominant title reign. But I just don't see it happening just because of how crowded that division is.
See, the only thing about it is how much do you trust those other tag teams in terms of being over? Because we saw it didn't work out that well with Motor City Machine Guns. I mean, cool Impact debut because it was the Bloodline, but they kind of
It still didn't work out for DIY either. Because let's just keep it a buck. They have not been moving the crowd as
facts.
many would expect, whether they're heel or face.
Right.
And
I was getting to them too. That's you said
Okay.
right on the nail, bro. Because I was just about to bring them up as well, to where that's 2 straight title runs that kind of felt stale in a way. Like with the Profits, we've seen from jump that the fans have always been behind the Profits, and because it took so long for them to get, because think about like Gresh, how many times we saw them? I don't know how many times we saw them at that SummerSlam when they went against the Usos during their dominating run.
Yeah,
How many times did they
Yeah.
exactly like think about how many times they came so close in different scenarios over the years? Actually, in 2 iterations of the Bloodline, because let's not forget they couldn't even beat Bloodline 2.0 at one point in time, and it was like, bro, we came so close to seeing them finally get over the hump, and now they finally get over the hump, and it seems like the crowd's more over to them finally getting over that hump where they kind of deserve that dominant run that a New Day or a Bloodline has gotten. Where, like you said, they're running through these tag teams until you maybe a Fraxium. Like a Fraxium is someone I could see possibly take those titles off of them when they feel they're ready to bring them up. And that's assuming they bring them up together, because I don't know. We saw Axiom wrestle Gunther, and I have yet to see Nathan Frazier get a solo opportunity to wrestle somebody on the main roster. So I don't know what they're really trying to do there. But
I think that was more so a situation because they was in his hometown. That was it.
Yeah,
agreed.
Yeah,
But there were times in the past, even when he was still in Fraxium, there were times in the past when he wasn't in Spain where they just brought Fraxium up, or where they just brought Axiom up. Like, there was times in the past where sometimes he was just up there wrestling. Like, I forgot, it was a couple like cruiserweight talents he wrestled where he was just up there wrestling for a good little minute, but then he'd be right back in NXT as Fraxium. But the hotter they are now as a tandem, from our growth of seeing them last year at Stand and Deliver to now, like as a team, it makes sense if a team like that got called up to beat the Street Profits, because they would have that, I guess, appeal, if you will, once they kind of get to showcase to the people that don't watch NXT, once they get to show the fans what they can do, and then they get behind them and they're like, oh, we like these guys. Yeah, let's have them beat the Profits, because the Profits got the perfect tweener vibe to them with this edge, so they could easily play that heel role if they want when they do that battle initially down the line.
Yeah.
I mean, I could see that somewhere down the line, but they would have to bring Fraxium up and then build them up on the main roster, because we've seen times where
I'm glad you mentioned that. I'm glad you mentioned build up, because that's where I'm getting at.
Yeah, we've seen where people are pretty popular in NXT. They bring them up to the main roster, and it don't always translate. So you have to use that build. And like one example I'm seeing right now is Lyra Valkyria. They trusted her to run with it down in NXT. She came up to the main roster, was sort of like seen as, oh, okay, this is cool, this is different. But then it's like, what else? And one thing I was talking about with a buddy of mine earlier, I noticed that they didn't run that promo package that they ran for her down in NXT, explaining her gimmick of the Irish goddess of war, or whatever the heck, something like that is. And so you have to be able to build them up in order to make them into this believable contender, and also to really get people behind them.
So, like, how much of that, real quick before we move on, like, how much of that would y'all say is the difference in the booking between NXT and the main roster versus just the audiences between the two respective divisions?
It falls on both. It's. I feel like Triple H doesn't really book or doesn't really understand, and it was this. And I feel that it was the same way when Vince was there. Like he didn't really understand these characters as much. The only difference between Triple H and Vince was purposely trying to destroy these characters because it wasn't his creation. In Triple H's case, I feel like he needs, in order for him to for these crowds to get these people to get over, he needs to, like Jermaine said, show video packages, give people a reason to care, build vignettes, give character depth, give direction, give some nuance to why the audience should care, because they've proven time and time again that an audience can be. I don't like to use the term brainwash, but they know how to train their audience to like someone if they are willing to put the machine behind them.
I agree.
And by machine, I mean promos, vignettes, interactions, small world building, like a whole setup to set them to give you a reason to care. Give me a clear cut, a clear direction babyface, a clear direction heel. Give them some substance on the promo. Don't make it cheesy or corny to where I want them to get the hell off my TV type stuff. Give me something to care about. And I love and I rock with Lyra Valkyria. Bird Lady Agenda. I love it.
Yeah.
But there's no reason for me to care that she's the Intercontinental Champion.
No, facts.
Because they're not giving me a reason to care.
And that's why you said
the same thing with DIY and Pretty Deadly. Like, I like Pretty Deadly, but they're not giving them nothing either. Oh yeah, they're watching the TV monitor in the backstage area. They're watching this tag team match. Okay, cool. I'm watching it too.
You're right.
Like, that's just more that falls on the booking. More than anything, it's doable. Trust me, it's doable. With Lyra, it's doable. With if Fraxium gets called up, it's doable. With any new team or singles act that gets called up, it's up to booking to give them something and to give them time. To keyword time. I'm not talking about no little mini backstage segment. I'm talking about real time for them to give them some direction.
Yes. It's necessary, man, because one of the things that I'll say, to me, it is both, but I sometimes think that it falls more on the booking than the audience, because it's up to the booking to put the talent in a place to succeed, and it's up to the booking in order to build that talent into something that they can work with. If you don't put them in the right positions or give them something to work with so they can take the ball and run with it, you can't expect the audience to engage with them unless you tell them about them. Who are they? Why should you feel this way about this person? So on and so forth. So, but then also, we've seen where a talent has come up and they do the things that they need to do in order to make this person look good, succeed, tell you who they are and whatnot, and it still doesn't work. Yeah. So one example of that I might give,
like we said a couple of weeks ago, like you got to give them the opportunity to sink swim. We're not saying you have to everybody is going to get over, because there's a plethora of talent that could have gotten over, but the company just didn't want them to get over. And then there's a plethora of talents where the talent had the opportunity to get over, but it just did not click at all.
Yeah,
and that happens. It's just up to the company to give them that opportunity to sink or swim.
I think Keith Lee would have been a good example of he was over in NXT. They brought him up. They tried different things. I won't say they tried pushing to the moon or anything, but they tried different things, and it just never.
Yeah.
Partially the pandemic is to blame and his health and whatnot, but I mean, still, you weren't getting the reactions, not even online.
But see, the one pushback to that moment with Keith Lee is that Survivor Series was a main roster crowd, and they was loving him like it was NXT. With Roman of all people at that. You know what I'm saying? Now I get it, because that was big dog Roman, and the crowd purposely wanted to go against that Roman for obvious reasons, but it still was the fact that that was their guy at that time. And for a guy like Keith Lee to go, they could have chosen anybody. Think about it. You had Gunther, you had Priest, you had so many people that they could have put in that spot, but they chose Keith Lee to put in that spot one-on-one with Roman in that eliminator situation, to where Roman had to give that man his acknowledgement and be like, "Yo, that's the guy." Endorsed him and everything. Now, somehow, how that got messed up, like you said, it could have been the pandemic, could have been anything. But that
No, it was the pandemic.
It was.
true.
No,
Okay,
it definitely was. It definitely was. But highlight. That's what I'm saying. Like when we saw him on that, man, I need to go back and watch that Survivor Series because that was one of my favorite Survivor Series in a long ass time. Like,
yeah,
I found myself like trying to go back and watch different stuff. But anyway, that one was one where you would think that Keith Lee got this type of reaction and everything, the respect from Roman, who was the big dog, you know, the guy that they were still pushing this everything at that time. And it was still like, what is he missing? Like, what happened between that moment and when they brought him up full time to the main roster and everything? What didn't they connect on? And so this is why, like, some of these kids coming up in NXT now, I think that there's going to be a better working relationship between Shawn Michaels and Triple H to do the handoff than there was when it was Triple H and Vince. Because we all know Vince is going to do what Vince going to do whether he wants to or not. And we can see, like, even though Adam Cole kind of ended Karrion Kross, it was really
It took him until recently to finally get that respect back.
Okay, I'm gonna call it for what it is. After Adam Cole destroyed Karrion Kross, Vince could not help him recover, and Vince made it worse by doing the stupid mask, taking Scarlett away, changing the music and the entrance and everything. Like,
made him Demolition in red.
Yeah,
bro, he made him millennial. What is that movie that the Terradome or whatever the hell? Like, like, bro, you are like he was like a cheaper version of what's the dude's name? Oh, that tag team that we used to be in NXT with Victor and Connor.
Oh yeah, the Ascension.
The Ascension.
Yeah,
he made him look like the long lost cousin of the Ascension. And we saw what happened to them when they went up to the main roster.
Ooh, boy. Yeah, that was.
So he had to leave, grow his hair back. He had to leave, grow his hair back, and he's been on the ride ever since.
Bro, I love his character now because he just like he messy.
Yeah,
he like that one. He like that one cousin, that one uncle that be in everybody business and talk everybody business. And then at one time, everybody gonna turn around and be like, "What do you be doing?"
Hey, you know who's that? You know who's a perfect parent for that guy. I don't know if Gresh is gonna agree with this or not because I know sometimes he's a little on and off with these dudes. But given that his father has a similar, reputation of stirring the pot, I think Lexis King would be a good parent with that guy. Think about it. They both just being some messy brothers out there, just stirring the pot between people's feuds, trying to get people heads.
I see where you're going. I see where you're going. And I will take that walk with you. I will take that walk with you. I'm gonna walk behind you because I'm still not sure about. Hey, catch me.
I know.
I'm gonna walk like because if you look at like a Bourbon Street analogy, once you get a little too close to St. Anne, I'm gonna have to turn around, big dog, because I don't get into Bourbon Street.
Yeah, that's facts.
I'm rocking that crowd.
Listen, when it comes to Lexis King,
if you know what I'm talking about.
I don't hate him as much as I used to.
Okay, cool.
I've tolerated
like him too.
I've learned to tolerate him.
I've seen that.
If you try to convince me anything with Eddie Thorpe, get out of my no.
That fool is trying. I give him that.
I can appreciate the trying, but it's just still not.
Bro, it ain't resonating.
Bro, I get it.
It ain't resonating. It ain't clicking. It ain't.
But if it clicks with you, one thing about me, if it clicks with anybody, kudos to you. I'm trying. Trust me.
Right.
I am trying.
Man, that's the thing. Like, I really do try to give people a chance, and I try to let them flesh it out. I try to let whoever the booker is and the talent whatever cook. I try to give stuff a chance. I don't just poo-poo it immediately if I'm not feeling it. And Lexus King is starting to grow on me because, like you said, how like he is starting to, stir the pot more and just kind of be that guy in the background, kind of causing trouble.
And he's natural with it. It doesn't come off as he's reading a script.
Bro,
That always be my problem too. Is like it
Man.
doesn't come off as a natural caricature from you. It feels like someone tells you to, hey, go do this, and
Bro,
action.
I am writing an article right now about a wrestler and the contrast of whatever. I'm not going to reveal too much, but I can't wait till I finish writing this because his character is different from him as the person, and it's natural. And that's the thing that resonates with crowds is when you can play this character, whatever that character may be. It may be you turned up to the max like Stone Cold Steve Austin. It could be whatever. But when you make it flow naturally and people believe in you like that, and that's the thing in the golden era of wrestling in which I grew up in, when you would get people calling TV stations and police stations and hospitals and stuff because some heel did some dastardly things to this baby face on wrestling. And when you make people feel that and it flows so naturally from you, whether you're a face or a heel or tween or whatever, when you just get people to buy in like that, there's nothing like that in the business. You either got it or you don't. And he's starting to get it.
Yeah.
Him and Cross, both of them.
Because it's them, like it's them embracing themselves. Him, Cross, Solo Sikoa, all these people are finally getting what they're saying, but they're also flipping it and being themselves. Especially with Solo almost saying fuck on SmackDown.
Bro, Jacob Fatu, Javon Evans are two of the most realest characters that WWE has right now. I'm just spotlighting them because we're watching NXT, but Javon's promos that he was cutting, even when he was going against Randy Orton in the feud with Ethan Page and stuff like that. When he was going against Orton, you saw that kid. He's still a kid to me, especially I don't even think he old enough to buy a drink yet. But like you saw that kid who's a fan of this guy that he literally grew up watching, had his action figure. And then you see him like being a grown man, like defending himself, like, hey bro, you ain't gonna punk me to Ethan Page.
I ain't no punk bitch.
Yeah, but you feel it though. And bro, it's been times where I'm watching the Javon Evans. I'm like, he about to cut. He about to say, nigga, he about to say something he ain't got no business saying on TV. And every time Jacob cut a promo, I'm like, and I just be like,
and it's funny because who does that remind me of? That's Booker T and Stevie Ray, Harlem Heat, because them ninjas was real. They kept it 100.
You know what?
Reigns, we're coming for you, nigga.
Look, you know what was crazy about Harlem Heat?
Come on, man.
They was Harlem Heat. They said they was from Harlem and everything. Them boys is from right here in Houston, Texas.
Straight up Houston. Yup.
Bro, and they had the accent, and they didn't even have a fake New York accent.
That's what always cracked me up. I'm like, bro, y'all supposed to be from Harlem, but y'all sound like some countries.
Southern Texas.
They don't sound like they're from New York. I just remember being a kid and I was like, they don't sound like they're from New York. Because when I listen to niggas who rap from New York, they don't sound like y'all. Y'all sound more like these guys that I listen to from down here.
That remind me of remember Stunning Steve Austin or Superstar Steve Austin, Stunning Steve Austin in WCW. They tried to build him from Hollywood, California.
Oh, bro.
And he was like, how am I from Hollywood, California with a Southern country accent? Like, there's no way I'm from Hollywood, California.
Stunning Steve, part of the Hollywood Blondes. He's like, that don't make no goddamn sense
at all, bro.
They used to do this here in the middle of the match, bro. I used to go around. That was one of the first things from wrestling that I picked up besides the Hogan thing was, and I was a little bit older so like I would be in like middle school, high school or whatever, doing the Hollywood Blondes. You know what I'm saying? Like, man,
I don't even call it the Hogan thing anymore. I call it the Macho thing because he used to do it too. Macho Man.
Oh yeah, yeah, he
Bruh.
did.
Macho Man was my guy, dog.
Uh,
Like that was my guy.
Man,
but
Yeah.
yeah, as far as anything else that happened on Raw, Rhea Ripley interrupted the contract signing.
okay, all right. Look, I ain't gonna lie. I got a little beef with this because I kind of was talking to Haven. Shout out to Haven Rain, man. I was talking to her. They went live right after Raw, and I was kind of tuned in with them a little bit, just chatting. And we both agreed on this because I was just like, hold up, let me get this straight. You lose the title fair and square, but you're blaming Bianca because all she did was clap for Io. Did not touch you. Did not touch anybody.
She did touch her. It was like a
When
shove back and
provoked.
forth.
When provoked, though, that was Rhea's first. She started that. I don't even count that because Rhea started that because she thought that Bianca was just she wanted to be all in her feels to my why you clapping for Io? I thought you wanted me and you. We're friends. It's like, bro, she's just there minding her own business, enjoying competition. That's it, right?
Mm-hmm.
So you get distracted. You act like a dummy. You lose the match. You are depressed and in your feelings. 1 minute talking about I'm hurt, I'm down, I'm frustrated, I feel alone, I feel isolated, this and that. I thought Bianca was my friend. Now, fast forward to then last week when you come out and you talking about, oh well, or were you scared to face me? Do you feel like you can't beat me? This and that. You want to overstep Io, who had to basically put both of y'all in your places. Okay. Now, fast forward to this moment. Okay, one-on-one like it was supposed to be. How the hell you, Adam Pearce? You gotta be the worst mother freaking GM in the world. Cause how the hell do you let this woman come out, beat them both up, take the contract, sign it like she's in the match, and she's not even in the match? Yet somehow, I'm like, bro, this is how we're getting to this triple threat. Make that one make sense, because it
they basically pulled a WrestleMania 20.
Hey, bro.
Oh, yeah,
bro.
When Shawn Michaels came out and attacked Benoit, with the super kick and signed his name on the contract.
Yeah, pretty much.
Yeah,
nice homage. Don't get me wrong, but
nice
really?
pull. That's a very nice pull.
Yeah,
but one. Okay, because you know I like a challenge.
Okay, go ahead, bro.
One thing I will say about explaining this is I have been thinking about how to do this.
Okay.
I knew this was going to come up, and I knew either you or Gresh or somebody was going to say something about it, so I had to be prepared.
Okay, all right. Give it to me, brother.
Possession is 9/10 of the law. If you look at that screenshot of the contract, and I'll try to capture it and send it to the chat after we get off of here.
Okay.
When you turn the paper around and she shows him the signatures, there are no defined lines saying you are Bianca Belair, you sign here, you are Io Sky, you sign here, and it's only those two names. It's just a paragraph and signatures.
Okay.
I'm just saying, if you want to look for something, a reason to explain it away, that's the reason I have for you right there, to make it sound logical. Now, even in wrestling parlance, it's still weird and it's hard to explain, because it's like, only thing I can say to that effect on that end is she does deserve a rematch. So I guess she's trying to invoke her rematch clause. You know, the infamous rematch clause that people think everybody that loses the title
if that's the case, Liv Morgan should be in it too.
Exactly.
Thank you. Wait,
but look,
make it a fatal four-way.
look, bro, that's a long look. listen, hold on.
Look, 2 Mondays from now, Liv gonna crash the second contract signing.
Bro,
She gonna come off the top rope with a barbed wire bat.
Something.
She gonna slide it in blood. She just gonna be like,
because she never got a rematch.
She never got a rematch, and that's a long reach, my guy. That's a long reach over there for a loophole. That's a long reach, because what you telling me is I'm supposed to go with my 2020 vision and look at, oh, well, it didn't say their name, and it didn't say their name. Well, if that's the case, the whole goddamn women's division can come out and just make their case.
Yeah.
You know what I'm saying?
Yes.
Like,
But you-
literally.
What is Nia Jax doing?
Look, the
Exactly.
contract is like the 24/7 title. You got to grab it and roll them up in order to get it.
So
Rhea
is it-
just so happened to be there so she could sign it.
So what we playing a rat race for chase the contract to see who we now
Hey.
now we're basically doing what Christian did and what people were saying people should have did to Christian, taking the contract since it was never signed the whole time.
Thank
And it's
you.
like, you know,
Thank you.
Well,
Thank
yes.
you. Thank you. Because that's exactly what should have happened. Like I said, we got to lower the age of the AEW main event title picture by at least 10, 15 years. And I think we did that with taking out Edge and Christian and putting in Stephon and Jay White.
Mm-hmm.
oh man, this is hilarious.
And
man.
William Ospreay.
yeah,
Oh, Billy Goat. Can't forget about Billy Goat.
I'm saying
But yeah, man. I was like, well, after watching this, I was like, I have an opinion about the writing direction
Go ahead, bro.
of Rhea Ripley, and it's like, because a lot, I can't say what I want to say on Twitter because people take what you have to say and flip it and create agendas and all that stuff. I don't care. And I don't ever give my opinion on wrestling on Facebook because those people are stupid. However, when it comes to, I've been having a minor problem with Rhea Ripley's writing since the Liv Morgan feud. And it comes down to, I feel like Triple H does not really know how to write her vulnerable. Like, I feel like she needs to be a little bit more vulnerable. I think that'd be my only problem. It's like she's too invincible for my liking.
You know, there is something to that, Gresh, and I'm picking up what you're putting down because they had the moment when she had like that jealous, angry moment when Bianca was ringside. I thought you were cheering for me. They could have used that angle to have her wedge herself into this title picture and make this a triple threat at Mania. Being like, hey, you know, I respected you, EO, and I thought that you were going to be an honorary champion and honor the rematch clause. And Bianca, I just can't believe that you would do this to me. We were supposed to be friends. We came up together, blah, 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 blah. And her go to Pierce and be like, I want to invoke my rematch clause that I had. And that could have been a contract thing that they could have done because she could have been like, see, you guys didn't read. I made sure that if I lost on the road to WrestleMania that I had a rematch clause, something like that. And then
I feel like that's my problem too. They don't have, nothing makes sense. Everything is, everybody is whining on this road to WrestleMania. Everybody's bitching about something. And it's like you're not making 100% sense.
It is. I can see where you're going with that, but it's like, I mean, what other way would you want her to, a Rhea Ripley type of character, the mommy, this big statuesque goth girl? Like, how do you make her vulnerable without making her white? That's a challenge in and of itself. And like I said, the only way I could have seen it is my supposed friend isn't really my friend. And I need you to honor the rematch clause, and you know, like let's just do this.
Yeah, it's the story that they're telling is Rhea Ripley is a child.
Which is so ironic because didn't she just tell Charlotte when she was like, "Please pick me"? Didn't you just tell her when she was like, "I beat you before already at Mania 2"? And was like, "I was a kid back then." Clearly. He's still a kid.
She let another girl take her dude, so that's like some high school stuff.
Yeah, exactly.
Yeah,
and it's like
this tracks.
So I'm guessing. Hopefully, there's I'm gonna be. This is another situation where I'm gonna be patient. I'm not gonna write it off. The triple threat is gonna be fun.
Yeah,
you have three of the top. You have three of the best in-ring talents on the women's side that you have. And honestly, I can take the generation. Three of the best wrestlers right now that's going to be in that triple threat match. How we got there, it is what it is. But the delivery, I already know for a fact. EO, she's going to cook. Bianca, she's gonna deliver. Rhea is gonna be a perfect balance. I already know. One thing about me, my gripe is never with the talent. It's always with the writing. So basically, is if you want to put a tagline on it, it's always Gresh versus Triple H, or Gresh versus Tony
Hey,
Khan.
look, they already said you training for your in-ring debut, dog. They trying to give you finishing moves and everything.
Yeah, that's what I'm saying. Like they trying to
Like,
give me dives and swanton 450s. I'm like, that is not my thing.
look, wait, he made it worse by saying, "Nah, I'm more of a swanton guy." I think it was like a moonsault.
Yeah, he was like 450. I said, no, I'm more of a swanton because it's like I used to do the swanton on the trampoline all the time on my cousins. So that's why I'm like,
Hey,
I'm more of a swanton type of guy.
it's
But
man.
then he's like, yeah, added 450 to it. No, I'm just a swanton. Like you're trying to get me to twist my body even more. That's not gonna work.
Girl said no, bro. I'm not doing it. This is why he's the perfect heel, ladies and gentlemen, because he gonna make you know. I'm not doing that shit.
I'm not doing that shit. No.
You're gonna get this and you're gonna like it. Period.
That's why I agree with John Cena breaking up with y'all. You deserve nothing.
exactly.
You
ain't asked Gresh how he was feeling.
Yeah.
You did not ask him how he was feeling.
Yeah, it was all good 2 weeks ago when he was on the show.
Ask me how I feel. How I feel about doing these dives. How I feel about training. You don't care about how I feel. You get nothing. You lose. Good day, sir.
Hey, at least he didn't hit him with the fine speech.
Man.
If I had a ball cap on, I would be rubbing my foot.
Oh, man.
Fine speech. Fine speech. Fine speech.
Hey, man.
Oh,
but no, like it's and I Gresh, you made a great point because a lot of the times they deliver on the back end, but it's like you want to get people invested, so that build has to be there. Again, we keep going back to this, the build up, whether it's the build up of a character or the build up to a match. The build has to be done right. And you can't blame it on the audience for not vibing with it if the build isn't right. So if they commit to a good build and they explain it and everything, and then the audience is just not capturing them, okay, then you have to tweak something and go back to the drawing board.
Yeah.
But when you're not even really giving a good build, you can't expect the audience to catch on to something that you're not putting the effort into.
Sure.
And it's crazy because last year's Mania is a perfect example of that, because there were instances where there was some stuff that had no build whatsoever, yet did deliver, like Io and Bayley, for example. They just forgot completely that Bayley was a Royal Rumble winner and disrespected. Yet their match, despite lack of any story or build, minus the turn on Bayley, they didn't really do much to make us care deeper, but the match itself delivered and was a banger. However, you had other instances where, like, say, maybe at LA Knight, AJ Styles had a great little build, a little underrated build, pulling up on site to AJ house and all of that, getting episode of Cops, and then, the match was pretty decent. It was okay. It wasn't best, wasn't great, but it wasn't worse either. It was decent. It was cool, But it's all to say that, I don't know, here we go again, where, okay, here's The Rock, okay, here's the Seth Rollinses, and look, Drew and Damian are trying their best to make us care about this. Okay, they are trying. They are trying to make us care and give a story out of something that we think is okay. We both of y'all deserve a better feud than this. All due respect, to both of y'all. You know what I'm saying? So it's like, hey, what can you say, dog? We just,
but
when we get to 41.
I'm not too, because Drew's promo on Monday on Raw, Midday Raw is very good. But when we saw his promo, he kind of he put it out there, and he said there's always been somebody benefiting in the background of all this stuff that's been going on around me. It's Damian Priest, and when he laid it out there, it's like I'm like, wait a minute, I ain't even realized until he started when he started, I was like, wait a minute, that was true. That did happen. And so they were basically, this was something like, I don't know if they planted these Easter eggs on purpose or if it just happened to be that way, especially what happened last year at 40, but it just ended up that way, and I'm starting to feel why there is that build towards Priest and McIntyre. I'm starting to like that promo really, the stuff, the last couple of pay-per-views or whatever is one thing, but that promo really tied it all together, and it sent you back to how far back this actually goes. And so I love when they pull back on stuff like that.
And I do too, bro. But look at what it took. It's taking Drew to do that.
So you saying Priest isn't bringing his side to it?
Not quite.
Not as of yet.
Not as of yet. I still got to see it from Priest, because the thing about it is, I think he's still learning how to do that, while Drew is at another level of where he can do that with anybody, because he did the same thing with CM Punk. You know what I'm saying? Where he was able to pull roots out and make you care about that feud even deeper and deeper. And then you add Punk's, fury in the midst of that. And it just, despite it all being about a freaking bracelet, of course, Drew can make us care about something like that. You know what I'm saying? So, he's just got that ability, man. He's in his bag with being able to just make you care and find a story out of something. He's like, hey, if I'm going to be in this feud, because even with Roman, when they were teasing that, think about it. He had ways of pulling that out. He was trying to tell the story right there with Roman and with the history of what they had. I'm going to attack your bloodline one by one. I kind of created your bloodline, if you think about it, because, this happened. And the next thing you know, here you go being the tribal chief, thanks to me.
And I love when they can actually go back and, like you said, pull from all of that and be able to craft a story around it. I think Priest, isn't he on SmackDown now though?
Yeah, they
so
both.
Like, okay, so wait, this is my thing though. Why did we get Drew's promo on Monday?
They're gonna be in Scotland, brother. That means we're gonna get Drew on Monday Night Raw.
Listen,
it.
You gonna be over there for both shows? Why don't you just do SmackDown there or something? See, this is what I'm saying. I don't want to sound like the old man of the group, but it's one of them times where it's one of them things where I don't always need everything to be linear, but I'm just like, wouldn't it be better if this guy did this promo on the show that we normally see him on?
Yeah.
Especially if it's something that's going to tie everything together.
In other words, we want consistency, ball bitch. Not
Thank you. Thank you. Because see, and this is why some of y'all be giving Ball Brothers a bad name. Because y'all be going around acting a damn fool and got people coming at me sideways, getting out of character and shit. Pull the curtain back a little bit. I apologize, Littlefoot. My bad. Me and you, I love you like a little sister. You annoying little sister. What the hell out of you. I love you. But anyway,
I dipped my toe in that chat. I said, "Oh, let me dip right back."
No, it's this kind of stuff that bald people do that give us a bad rep. It's like, God damn, can we just get it, bro? Is it too much to ask for the promo to be on the show that he's supposed to be on? I'm just like, wait a minute. Am I the only one that noticed this?
Listen,
I can't be the only person that noticed that.
I'm broken.
It's a situation where that's what we got to deal with, because if we being real, John Cena and Cody Rhodes face-off should have happened on SmackDown, because that's technically the SmackDown title.
You're right, brother. You're so right.
And what we spoke
for Netflix, brother.
Yeah. So, and then that pretty much sets up for the other world title getting the backseat, which, yeah, it's time for us to have a conversation about this build between Jey Uso and Gunther.
Let's. The floor is open.
I said when he made that announcement, the announcement came way too early.
It came way too early.
Mhm.
And what I think should have happened was go through Elimination Chamber and everything. Have everything you had planned. Rock, Cena, heel turn, Cody, all of that. And that basically makes Jay's answer for him.
Mhm.
Mm-hmm.
Now, if you start that build on Monday night after the chamber,
Mhm.
this right here, this incident, throwing the title back at him, should
Mhm.
have happened at the go home show before Mania.
Facts.
Yep.
We
That's a
could have gone
gangster
top.
still image, by the way,
And this
brother.
just
I will
happened.
say that's gangster as hell.
That is like it
Take
is
your time, man.
it's because the title is in the air in between the both of them. Jay is obviously pissed, like, here, take your shit. And Gunther's like,
He snatched your
you threw my
chain.
title. You threw my
He,
title.
he snatched this nigga chain and tossed it back at him like, hold that for another month.
Pretty much.
Yeah,
Pretty
yeah.
much. That's exactly what happened.
That's my
Not
belt,
not
Paul.
another couple, not 6 more days or 5 more days wherever show they land. Hey,
Mhm.
I know we still got
So
like
that's
4 more weeks of storytelling to go.
And please stop with the sleeper holds, okay? Like, stop.
That's
Do
that.
something else.
Listen. That is the thing that I want to talk about. It's
Come
the
on.
same song and dance every
Mhm.
goddamn time. Because listen, Jay winning the Royal Rumble, I'm cool with that.
Facts.
Him going after Gunther not wanting to face him because he's like, I beat you 4 times already. You bring nothing to me beating you again.
Mhm.
Cool.
Cool.
However, I need one of these motherfuckers to get personal,
Man,
to
come
give
on,
me a
man.
reason to care.
Come on.
Gunther, roll up to the airport or Waffle House to attack Jimmy.
Mhm.
Jay, roll up
right.
to roll up like
They were just in Germany.
go. They was in Germany. Roll up to his side of the town. Be like, yo, this is the reason why your ass is boring.
Schnitzel
Like,
House.
do something.
Yeah. You, bro, commentary in that moment. I know y'all caught that when they talked about
They
how
did not give
Gunther
a
was,
shit.
bruh. They was talking about the crowd, talking about how Gunther's bothered by his own home country, freaking vibing with him after he was just talking about America being dumb for doing this heat stuff, but your countrymen are doing it. You couldn't capitalize off that. I'm like,
This
come on.
rivalry is so one-dimensional. It's not even funny.
But the thing that they're banking on is Jey Uso's connection with the audience.
That can only go so far before people
And
start looking into it.
and my thing is that you're too heavily reliant on that too far out from Mania, and that can start to wane where people are like, okay, I'm like, we're literally having this discussion now that people are starting to get tired of, and that wasn't the case a few weeks ago. So the reason why is because you're overusing it, you're oversaturating the market. It's like I was highlighting. I was talking about shoes and stuff. Matter of fact, I just got an alert from an offer that I got from somebody for a trade for some shoes or whatever. And it's like when you have a hot shoe that drops, if you have too many pair and everybody gets one,
Mhm.
is it really that hot of a shoe? But when you have a hot shoe that drops and there's a very select few pair that people can get their hands on, it keeps that shoe hot because now it's not like everybody has one. Everybody don't have that shoe. And unfortunately, they're turning Jey Uso from like a J Balvin Jordan 3 into a regular Air Force One, a plain white Air Force One. He
Yep.
used to be this one shoe that was pretty exclusive. That's a collaboration that doesn't drop every. You don't get that very often. And now it's just like everybody got like 2-3 pair of these. You don't want to turn him into that pair of shoes that everybody has 2 or 3 pair of. You want to keep him exclusive. The way you do that, use him sparingly.
Mhm.
Keep him hot.
Listen, I understand them trying to move merch. I get it. The whole yeeting thing, even though it's a 2014 Vine thing, but still, it's like I understand it. I get it. I'm not against making money. Trust me. If I'm in charge of a company, go make me money, and you're making me money. However, as a writer of a show, or in my case, as an aspiring writer who wrote scripts and shorts that have yet to be worked on or have yet to be shot. But trust me, I've dabbled in writing.
Mhm.
If I was writing this show and this is what I put out, if I'm the network, I would never hire this writer again because you're boring. You're giving the CW HBO levels of content. That's how boring this is to me. I would rather watch All American than this feud right now.
Man,
And that's saying something because I don't watch that shit.
yeah, bro.
Oh man, I'm still good. I'm still good.
I'm just. It's like I don't know, bro. Like it.
It
I'm
can be turned
still.
around. We have a month.
Yeah,
But
we still got time, and I just feel like they need to do something to keep them more separate. Like have one of them hurt or injure the other one, have somebody get suspended or something. Like something needs to happen to keep them separate for a little while and to get that build back and then have the final face off or something to go home, sure, whatever, and rebuild that heat that they have, of the interest, I'll say, in going into the match. But
Yeah.
like when you're trying to ride the wave for like 2 months or whatever, it just more than 2 months actually, like 2.5 months, almost 3.
since Saturday night's main event, that's been the
So,
one. That's been
This
the
is
rating.
like no, bro. Like you're doing too much. You're
And it's
doing
getting to a
too
point
much.
where I'm like, all right, if this is what we're gonna get, open the show with this title match and get it over with.
Thank you.
yeah, because at the end of the day, the moment is what people waiting to pop for. Because at this point, it's just the moment they're waiting on. Like you said,
Yeah.
when you're riding it, it's like the only thing left to be that excited for is the actual moment of he did it on the biggest stage of them all. He lived up to that moniker and that name of main event Jay Uso, right? Made the family proud, if you will.
My
And
other thing with this is that I hope this doesn't lead to a quick title reign for Jay because the momentum going into this match is waning as they were riding a hot wave, and then it'll be looked at, well, look, they gave him the ball and he couldn't do anything with it when it wasn't really his fault in the first place. It's just they tried to, use him up too long, too much.
Yeah.
yeah,
Oh no, I agree.
likewise. Yeah, not much more you can really say, man. It's just that number one hit that just continues to get played and played and played till everybody gets tired of it.
Tired to the point where you like, all right, man, let's move on.
Yeah. Where your other singles at? Where the album at? Something.
And then the last bit from Raw, they're basically teasing this match: Braun Breaker versus Penta for the Intercontinental title. After a pretty solid night for both Penta and Braun. Braun retained the Intercontinental Championship against Finn Balor, thanks to Dominic Mysterio. I already have an opinion on Finn Balor. You can watch old episodes. It's 2025. I don't move on from the brother because
I already knew that was coming.
let's move on. Like, this brother is not winning nothing.
Life ain't been the same since your shoulder died. Oh man.
Literally. I mean, and honestly, the last time he was interesting was when he was the Prince.
Nah, man, he was still interested in WWE.
I'm talking about for the NXT title.
Mm-hmm.
Oh, yeah, that second run.
Yeah, the Prince.
Yeah, that second run. Okay. Because at first I thought you just said.
Oh, I wasn't dismissing his entire run. No. I was talking about the because remember he brought it back. He brought the Prince back in 2020.
You're right. He sure did.
I was like, that was the last time I felt like he was interesting. And he was somewhat interesting when he joined the Judgment Day, but then that kind of
messed that up. Yep.
Went down. So
yeah, he been the new Dolph Ziggler, pretty much.
That's unfortunate. But yeah, I'm interested in this match. I wish it would have been a multi-man match with AJ Styles
And Logan freaking Paul.
Yeah, I'm not talking about that no more.
I don't blame you, brother.
I'm not talking about that no more. But yeah, Penta, Braun, I'm pretty sure Dom held the title too, so he's probably gonna be eyeing his title as well. So the mid-card division here is something serious.
Yeah.
Over here.
I love how Raw's mid-card division is like it to me it seems like it's more popping at the top of that mid-card division than the SmackDown title.
I don't know.
Listen.
I don't know now.
Braun Breaker, Penta, and Dirty Dom.
Hey, I hear you.
LA Knight, Shinsuke, and Jacob Fatu.
No, not even that. Because you got to throw
these niggas.
You got to throw Solo in there because they both on that mid card level right about now at this point. So
man, Solo is the hype man now.
I'm just saying, guys, like actually in the title picture going on the road to Mania right now. Those are the three on those two opposite ends that look like they're truly heavily involved in it.
So we gonna throw Melo out of there like that?
No, Triple H did that for us. So I'm just gonna keep it a bean. I'm gonna keep it a bean in the butt. Triple H did that for us. Like, hey,
Melo, I think he gave up on our boy Melo, man. I mean, he's getting all the TV time.
I don't think so much TV time you can get before people just be like, you know what? Oh, you're the glorified loser.
And the way you can still turn that around because Melo's only 30 is you go from being you were the number one draft pick and now you losing. Start winning.
Just start winning.
Just have him start winning matches. You can instantly spark him back up by him going from and then bring it in storyline. Bro, you got all this TV time, you got all these matches, but you ain't won nothing. What have you done?
That's what I'm talking about. Like, give us someone needs to call him out. Be like, hey, bro, number one draft pick. All you got all this ring time, you got all this attention, and you still losing. Were you? And like honestly, I feel like they need to have run it back to where Nick Aldis come up to him like, I feel like you're a waste of a pick, and that motivates him.
I think have Melo beat John Cena in his last match.
Have Melo beat John Cena in his last match.
Yes. I would love that, but what did that do for Austin
That is not happening.
Look. That's why I whispered it. Because normally I say shit with my chest when I really mean it. I'm gonna stand behind it. Hey, God damn it, I mean this.
Yeah, matter of fact, we're gonna add that to your bold prediction of 2020.
That's why I had to, I had to lower my voice and speak in a certain tone because I know it's a little crazy, and I'm gonna say it. But I'm not really. That is like one of my boldest predictions for this year.
You know how you said what you said to me earlier in regards to Alexis King joining Karrion Kross and being a thing. I'm behind you, brother. I'm behind you. But after a certain way, it's like I ain't going down that road. You know what I'm saying? Once we hit a certain street, it's like I can't follow you down that. Because here's the thing. Solo Sikoa, Solo Sikoa, Austin Theory, okay? It ain't really a good road for anybody that beats John Cena these days, okay? I'm just saying.
Oh yeah. Oh yeah.
But look, if we're gonna look at somebody that actually did something for you could say Solo. Because you could say beating Cena the way he did emboldened him to kind of step up in the bloodline storyline. And what really set Solo off is if you look at the end of the match at 39 and 40, he had a role in both. The end of 39, he was happy. The end of 40, he was pissed at Roman. And that set him up in order to do what he's doing as the pseudo tribal chief and everything else. But I hear what you're saying. I just wanted to put my first like crazy prediction out there for 2025.
Fair enough, my brother.
Yeah, the mid card division now that they got the U.S. title off of Shinsuke has been across both shows is actually pretty interesting. It's just up to them to maintain that momentum. Honestly,
And we got 2 new debuts coming.
Oh yeah, they did tease Ray Phoenix, according to the because I recognize his hand tattoo. I'm like, yeah, that's definitely Ray Phoenix. And then they had a number 4 glare across. I'm like, Malachi or Alistair?
Yes.
Or A, yeah, because that could have been a weird A for all we know too. Who knows?
Yeah, knowing the way these people be designing fonts, that could have been a weird A.
Oh, it could. And then what if they revealed a new part of the logo every week and then it all comes together?
True. I can see that.
Mm-hmm.
Fair point. Like,
hey, I'm just spitballing. But I'm pretty sure that's who those two vignettes or whatever is for.
the step over to the other news before we get up out of here. Stephanie's Place for WWE on ESPN Plus.
Oh, that is out now, huh?
Is it out now or is it coming?
I
believe it's coming.
Let me look and see because I want to say I got ESPN Plus.
It appears on March. It premieres on March 26th.
Okay.
God dang it!
We got time. We got some time.
Bro, I'm looking forward to this actually because
next Wednesday, actually, it premieres. The first episode will be the return of CM Punk. The second episode will be Cody Rhodes takes center stage. That'll be on April 2nd. Episode 3 will be Rhea Ripley's Rise, April 9th, excuse me. Episode 4 will be Stone Cold Rise again, April 16th. The Evolution of Charlotte Flair will be on April 23rd. Roman Reigns and the Bloodline will be on April 30th. Pat McAfee, Can't Be Stopped will be on May 7th. Digging Deep with Undertaker, that sounds crazy. that sounds
Undertaker's digging deep in Stephanie's Places.
Like that sounds. They didn't think that through.
Just read that. Undertaker digging
deep on Stephanie's Places.
Nope. Mm-mm. No sir.
This is where you insert that commercial break.
Commercial break.
Commercial break. Let me tell you about some dick pills. To help you dig deep in Stephanie's Places.
Like, And then the last 2 episodes will be Triple H's perfect entrance, and John Cena's final round will be the finale. Like, they didn't really think that title through. Digging Deep with Undertaker on Stephanie's Place.
Brother.
Come on, brother.
Brother. That don't work for me, brother.
That's why you put shit through Chat GPT so you can verify if it sounds crazy or not, brother.
Run it back, brother.
Hey,
Run it back.
Let me let you try this one more goddamn time because we're not doing this again. All right? Okay.
It's just come on, dog. Like, did nobody
proofread that?
Nobody.
Nobody.
How does that make that to press? Because you got so much internal stuff before it even makes it out of to the public eye. Like, are you serious?
Oh man.
Sloan said, digging deep with Taker. Where's Teddy Long? He got to come out here and say, you are digging deep one-on-one. What the
Hold on.
Player.
Oh, hold on a minute, player. Let me tell you something right now. Since you want to come out here, you want to interrupt this title match, guess where you going?
You digging deep?
You gonna dig deep with the Undertaker in Stephanie's Places tonight. Now hit my music.
Oh my god.
Oh God, they did not think that. Oh my God. Whoever is in charge of this should have. I need y'all to work on that because my God,
get it together.
Please get it together. Also, we mentioned all these other people before we get up out here too. Y'all intrigued in on this road to Dynasty with AEW?
Nope. I'm trying to see my man Edge again.
They said, "Hey, y'all hate this match so much, we're gonna run it back."
like, bruh, and that's the thing sometimes that really be like pissing me off sometimes with Tony Khan is because some stuff he'll let go way too long and it's jumped the shark a long time ago, but he's still trying to revive it. And then there's some stuff where he fast tracks it and doesn't let it cook. Like I was watching some matches and stuff yesterday, doing some studying, some research on YouTube, and I came across Will Ospreay's interview with Chris Van Vliet. And even Ospreay was shocked at how quick he got to wrestle Daniel Bryan, and there wasn't like this huge build or whatever to it. He was like, "Oh, you want to do this now, mate?" Like that. I think that was like his exact words when he was like, he got the Danielson match, like one of his like. He didn't even have 5 matches in or whatever, and it was like, all right, boom, Danielson next, and like that was something that you could have let build into something really big because you know the type of match that those guys can put on if they're in the ring together. And it's stuff like that that Tony does that is sometimes it's hot, sometimes it's cold, sometimes it's too quick, sometimes it's too slow. It's just he needs to find a rhythm and get into it. And the one thing that I keep giving them grace about is I tell people WWE's been around for like 70 years or whatever. AEW's been around for 6 or so. Like I know they've had time, they've had blueprints and so on and so forth, but let's give them a little bit of like, let them cook. They're doing
Let them
okay.
cook, but I need them to wrap this Death Rider shit up. I need y'all to wrap this shit up. Wrap it up in a nice dirty bowl and just toss it.
Yes,
just go that way because I'm tired. Other thing we got tomorrow is the International Championship Tournament. I guess you could say final. It's a 4-way. We got Orange Cassidy, Mark Davis, Baldy Ricochet, and Speedball Mike Bailey.
That's Trevor.
That's Trevor.
You know, I'm kind of interested in this because you got 2 guys who with the flippy shit, one on the smaller side, one on the average side. You got one guy who's small, can do flippy, but he's just like a different kind of character. And then you got Mark Davis with the crazy eyes and the dad bod. Like you got a pretty eclectic match right here.
Facts, man.
So it's like, you got guys that can actually go in the ring and do a few different things and not all do the exact same thing. So I look forward to eclectic type of matches between the styles, characters, and whatnot.
Yeah. Winner faces Kenny Omega at Dynasty.
To lose.
Now it says eliminator tournament
This
that
is the final
whole tournament?
Yeah, that's the whole tournament. The winner of this faces Kenny Omega.
Oh man.
See, that's what I was kind of confused on. I thought that it would be a 2-2 and then a finals and then you get one person. I didn't know that this would be.
He said, "Fuck it, all y'all wrestle."
See that that's why I'd be like, I have to pay better attention to certain stuff because I be missing stuff a lot of the time.
It ain't just you, my brother. I promise. It just goes all over. It's
like the other freaking match for. Don't mean to go back, but to SmackDown with the tag teams. That's gonna happen on this Friday. I thought that was happening last Friday with the other match.
See, intriguing.
And we also got Saturday Collision. That's popping very soon. It's gonna be
Slam Dunk Saturday.
The way they got it set up is it's gonna be Slam Dunk Saturday, coast to coast. It's gonna be half of Collision at 11 p.m. Eastern, following the NCAA tournament on that Saturday, and then the rest of it that Sunday.
Of course.
I mean, you gotta get in where you fit in when you on the Turner Broadcasting Network.
True that. No, true.
Viacom, CBS, or however you want to call whatever the hell the parent company is, like that tournament takes precedent. Sorry.
It does. No, absolutely, brother. It just They kill me with those names sometimes. It's like Slam Dunk Saturday. So you're trying to get the basketball audience. Really?
I mean, I get it. You following them, so you might as well piggyback off the marketing. Y'all under the same umbrella. It makes sense. Now, my thing is I would love it more if they were able to, and I know this is a lot to ask, if it was live. Because if it was live, it kind of gives you like a little bit more emphasis to like, let me tune into this.
Right.
Because if not, wrestling fans these days, they're just gonna catch the spoilers and decide should I watch or not.
11 p.m. It's at 11 p.m. too.
That's late in the morning, boy.
On Saturday and Sunday after you've just watched probably all like 12 hours of basketball.
Not even just that. I gotta get up in the morning on Monday.
Exactly. You would be both. That's what I'm like, oh my God, 11? What?
Like, everybody's not like a sleep merchant psychopath like, some people where they will watch all of this stuff live, real time, whatever, and like be on it. But, like you said, people need to get up. They want to go do stuff. They want to go to work, whatever. Like, they may just not want to be up late watching wrestling.
Yeah.
That's
because I hold you. I missed Collision because I was just like, I'm good. I'm tired. I'm gonna go to sleep.
Yeah. It's great to have a. Not gonna say that. Okay.
And outside of Collision, me missing Collision, hopefully you guys enjoy colliding with us on this show. Thank you guys so much for tuning in with us. We are done here. You already know the deal. We're gonna make this quick and straight to the point. If you enjoyed today's episode, make sure you guys scan that QR code to subscribe to the podcast. We appreciate y'all for getting us to 5,000 downloads within a week. I mentioned it last week, and y'all literally smashed it out of the park last week. We appreciate y'all for rocking with us. Yo, if what y'all got going on this coming weekend, or in general, let's start with you, Jermaine.
Not much. Susio Sports tomorrow night around 8:30-ish, 9:30 Central, 9:30-ish Eastern, 7:30-ish Mountain, 6:30-ish Pacific. Just for all the time zone. At Susio Sports, you can follow it like right there. I like to just point at the microphone because it's right by the microphone. So if I point like this, it make it look like I'm pointing right at it. So
come on now. There you go. I see.
I need cues, bro. I need cues because I still like after doing all this, I'll be having trouble pointing this direction.
No, I'm with you, bro. I'm with you.
I'll be like, look, say the Pledge of Allegiance. Okay, this is my right.
Okay, let's get this. Oh man, well listen, shout out to OTS Media Co. We're working on some more Life's a Botch episodes soon, so y'all keep it locked. But shout out to anybody that's rocking with my theme music brand, Mike Mayhem Music. We got a couple new indie wrestlers that I just did some themes for that we'll be releasing pretty soon. Putting the finishing touches on a couple, including a alternate version for my guy Shoot Taylor. Can't wait for y'all to hear that one, man. Even he's dropping a verse on that thing. That's all I can really tell y'all about that. We got a wrestler dropping a verse on his own theme song. That's pretty cool. But aside from that, y'all, follow your boy at Highlight Life, HILITE Life, and all things OTS Media Co. at OTS Media Co.
Yep. And with that being said, you guys stay safe out here in these streets. You already know where to follow yours truly at is Gresh, AOS Gresh. Public Enemies Podcast, new episode drops Thursday, and you already know what time it is, 7:20 Eastern Standard Time. But with that being said, you guys stay safe and remember to always eat, sleep, flex, and repeat. We out. Y'all be breezy.